Hello and welcome to Richland Spotlight, an ongoing program where we talk with city employees and shine a light on hot topics, projects, and events taking place in our city. Well, today we are honored to welcome Richland Police Lieutenant Tony Streifel to the program. Tony, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You bet. Well, we brought you on the program to discuss how the Richland Police Department has been able to streamline its flow of information with the help of our software giant friends over at Microsoft. Please share with us how the department's relationship with Microsoft was formed and how an exciting piece of software called Office 365 came into the picture.
Certainly. So back in about 2012, we started working with Microsoft on using one of their out-of-the-box products, SharePoint Online. And it was the way that the police department could store documents, share information through the cloud without having to have servers on site. It allowed officers to get information a little bit quicker out in the field, either from a phone or from an MDT or a mobile data terminal in the cars.
Oh, wow. Well, Office 365 is at the forefront, but the Richland Police Department is also leveraging other solutions like Skype, Surface, and Yammer. Tony, can you talk with us about what police work looks like now? And can you give us an example of how officers are leveraging these technologies in the field day to day?
Certainly. One of the biggest challenges we have in law enforcement is the ability to get information quickly to the officers out in the field. And it's critical that they be able to make very concise decisions with as much information as they can get to their fingertips. And the challenge always runs in is how often can an officer jump into his email from a computer in the car and search the email to find a new bulletin about safety issues within the Tri-Cities, or search for a suspect's information, or even where recent crime trends are occurring. We used to send that all out by email. But it was just not a very efficient way for officers to get information, plus keep it at the forefront of their mind. Now what we've been able to do is, using Office 365 and using our SharePoint solution, we're able to store documents where they can quickly get to those documents. They can quickly search for keywords. For instance, if we have a document from the East Coast even that mentions a priority vehicle or emergency vehicle that is maybe a Honda and it's red in color, an officer can actually go in and search the keyword red Honda and search through hundreds of documents instantly looking for that keyword. So it gives them the ability to pull information very quickly. The other great thing is using some of the other tools like Skype for Business. It allows us to instantly message information and pull officers that are in the field, whether on a phone or on an MDT in the car, pull them into an online meeting. And we can quickly brief them about information. We can share video, we can share photographs. The officers can get that information right there. And we can actually keep that information really prevalent on their screen for them. For an example, if we have a missing child, the old ways was we would email a picture of the child out to everyone. Everyone would fumble through and try and find it in their email if they had access to their email in the field. Now we can pull them into a Skype online meeting, share the photograph, and we can actually have real-time communications with the police department and fire department even. We can bring them all into one meeting and be able to talk about where we've checked for the child. Officers can immediately communicate findings and discussions. So it's tools like that that bring us closer to being in the same room, but virtually, where we might be spread out all across the city, but we're able to communicate like we're in the same room.
Wow, that's amazing. And less time filing reports, the ability to make faster decisions, and more time to serve the community.
Absolutely.
All pretty profound statements about the success of Office 365. And how has Office 365 encouraged collaboration and teamwork among department staff?
Well, it's been amazing, because one of the greatest things about Office 365 is all the solutions work together. So if you have a social site like Yammer, where officers can talk about things that are going on within the Tri-Cities, within their district. We can even bring in outside partners like members of the fire department or other emergency services. We can bring them into that virtual discussion. And while it looks like Facebook, it's a professional setting, so officers are able to upload documents and photographs and have discussions about things that are important to the community. And on the flip of that, we're able to share documents straight from these areas, and we can co-author. For example, an officer in the field might be writing a police report and authoring that in, say, Word Online, and then back at the office, his supervisor can actually be seeing that in real time as it's being written in the field. And the supervisor can see that information, can even add information and author with that officer. So it gives us the ability to collaborate very quickly from wherever we're at.
Wow, it's amazing. And it seems like it'd be hard-pressed to squeeze any more benefit out of Office 365, but I also understand there's a cost savings piece to this as well. And so since adopting Office 365, how has the Richland Police Department able to make even better use of taxpayer dollars?
You know, the biggest benefit we found is that officers are in the field more. So they don't have to come back to the office quite as often. We've tried to give them all the tools they can to make that patrol car their portable office, where they can immediately make a phone call, they can gather information, but now they don't have to come back and search handwritten documents. In a lot of cases, they don't even have to come back and turn in handwritten documents. They can submit forms from their car quickly and easily. And we've changed some of our processes to make that even easier for the officer. For an example, we used to have to do a complaint. An officer would come back to the office if somebody called in a complaint about the officer, and they'd come back and they'd fill out the information on the form, and they would submit it up to a supervisor who would sign the form, and it would go up to the command staff, and they would review it and decide what to do with that information. Now the information can be taken anywhere by any employee, and they can submit that information from wherever they're at, whether it's on a phone or whether it's in the car or whether it's at the office. Oh, wow. So it just streamlines that ability, not having to drive back to the office.
Well, that's great. Well, Tony, thank you so much for coming on the program
Welcome.
today and sharing with us the benefits of Office 365. We always enjoy the opportunity to get an update on the department and share with the community some of the innovative thinking and continued hard work you're all putting in to protect and serve this great community. And if you would like any more information on the Richland Police Department, please visit the City of Richland's webpage at the link at the bottom of your screen. And you can also follow the department on Facebook. And you can do that pretty easily by just going to facebook.com and then searching for Richland WA Police Department. I'm Mark Ingham, and thanks for joining us on Richland Spotlight.